Hey, welcome to Perth Backyard Veg. Today we're going to be giving you a tour of our DIY chicken coop. Over the last few months we have been working hard to build our dream chicken coop. Now we've seen the Carolina coops, but we don't have them over here in Australia, and we're working with a really unusual space. Now we have our run for our chickens down the side of our house, so it's a long narrow space. They have plenty of room for the three of them, and they're let out into the garden when supervised. There's plenty of space for them, but when it comes to designing our coop or purchasing a coop, we need something that's going to be long and skinny, so we decided to build it ourselves. Now I was very ambitious. I thought I could knock this out all by myself in a couple of days, and it took months, and my fiance helped me out quite a bit with this project. You won't see him in any of the build videos because he doesn't want to be on camera, but he definitely helped me get through this build. Now it was a bit of a crazy design, bit of a crazy ambition, but we got through it and I'm so happy with the result. So let's check it out. So like I said, we're working with a long, narrow design. So we've got a very wide front here, and we've got the double doors and the drop down door, just like in the Carolina coop designs. So I really wanted to have the double door opening so that we could get on the inside, but we actually ended up making them a little bit narrower than the full width of the coop, so that when we swing them out, we're not going to be hitting the planter box and trellis that we have here, but also so that we don't have such large doors to work with. So we've got this little bolt here that holds them together, and then this door opens up first, and then we've got the second door here, and this one here has a lip here, so that's why this door closes first or opens second, because the second door closes onto it and the lip holds it in place. And then we've got a lip along the top here that stops the doors going further that way as well, and a lip down the bottom here as well. Now we've also got bolts that hold in our drop down door here, so they just slide to the sides like this, and that allows us to drop this entire door down. Now one of the features that we really wanted to include in our new coop was a deep litter system, and as you would have seen in the review video, that wasn't possible in our last coop. We specifically designed this to have the depth to be able to hold a deep litter system, and then when we're ready to clean it out, we've built the coop so that it's high enough to fit our wheelbarrow straight underneath here. We can then drop down this door and sweep out all of this bedding straight into the wheelbarrow to then be composted. Now this will start to compost and will start to break down. The deep litter system will stay in here for a few months at least, sometimes up to a year. We've got plenty of bedding in here. We've got them starting to do some of their droppings in here at night time, and then as they scratch through this, they're covering it and they're turning it, and it will slowly start to compost inside of here. If the droppings to pine shavings ratio is off, then we're just going to add in some more pine shavings, and it will slowly build up the layering system, so that by the time we're ready to empty it, it should be up to the top of this door. The next feature that we wanted to include in here was a high and thick roosting bar for our girls. So we've created a bracket that holds one of these pine pieces here with rounded edges for the girls here, and that gives their foot plenty of room to sit up on there, and they're tall enough off the ground that they will go to the roosting bar instead of the nesting box, but still have room above their head. Now Poppy is offered to be my model, so she can sit up here. Yeah. And her feet can sit flat on there. She's got her toes sitting a little bit weird because I've placed her up there, but she's got plenty of room up there, and she's got room to safely jump down when she does want to hop down. She did a bit of a bigger jump because she's not used to having the doors open when she jumps down there, but they actually like to be in there and scratch around through the bedding as well. Now another element of the roosting bar design is the fact that it can be removed. So we created this little notched out bracket to hold the roosting bar, and this allows us to take the roosting bar out if it's in the way when we're cleaning, or if we need to take the whole roosting bar out to hose it down or give it a good scrub. We didn't want it to be a permanent fixture because we thought that would make it a lot harder to work around and to clean it if it gets covered in too many of the girls' droppings. Next is the nesting box design. Now in our last coop, the roof lifted up. Now if you don't know that your chickens are in there laying an egg and you lift up the roof, you can give them quite a start. So having the drop down door is better for them. It makes them feel more safe and secure, but also it's at a better height. So if we get any kids or friends coming over who want to get the eggs out of the nesting box, this is a more accessible height for them because we've gone for that taller coop design overall. Having the drop down system makes it easier for them to access. So we just slide these bolts on either side and then we've got the handle to pull it down. Now in this one, because we don't want it to drop down all the way like in the drop down door for the deep litter system, there's no need for us to sweep this out at all. We've got the little hooks and chains there to stop it at this level here, so it's not just going to swing down and hit anything underneath. And then I got a little egg in there. We've got a divider here, so they've got the two nesting boxes there. They seem to always use the right one and never use the left one, but we've got the divider in there. We've given them the two nesting boxes so that they've got a choice. Now these are a little bit on the larger side compared to the nesting boxes that we had in the last one. We did contemplate putting a second divider in to make 3 nesting boxes, but then we thought they were on a little bit of the tight side. So what we did was we put in a movable divider. So we've notched out in a piece of wood that will hold this piece here, so that if we decide later down the track that we want to add a second one in, we can simply make another one of these movable dividers and create the 3 nesting boxes. Now this is quite a snug fit, so you have to put a bit of force on it to move it, so we haven't had an issue of it sliding around. We have had where 2 of the girls have tried to hop in at one time and they've knocked this over a little bit, but once we packed it down with a bit more straw, that seems to have stopped the issue. The next element of the design is the entry point for the girls. Now we've got a nice long ramp here. It's not too steep and it's got 10 steps spaced out along it. They're quite thick so the girls can stand on them properly. We glued those on and then I ended up putting some screws in from the back just to make sure that they were extra secure. And then we've got a little platform for them to get to as well at the end of that ramp. And then we've got our omelette automatic door here. Now we have done an install and setup guide for the omelette automatic coop door. That video will be coming out shortly, so make sure that you subscribe so you don't miss that video. We were really excited to receive this door. We wanted one up for our last coop, but it just didn't have the width there for us to be able to install it. So when we built this coop, we took the measurements into account to make sure that we had enough room to install this door. At the moment we've got the sensor on the roof. That might change. We've got a bracket that we can use to install on this side here, but for now we've got it on the roof with the solar panel to our security camera. Now like I just mentioned, the solar panel on the top of the roof connects to the security camera that we have inside of our chicken coop. This allows us to check that the girls have gone to bed, see if there's anyone in the nesting box without having to go out to the coop or without having to open any of the doors. The next element of the design is the height underneath the coop. Not only does it allow the girls to escape the heat or the rain depending on the weather, but it also gives us a good spot to store the food and water. Alright, so that was just a super quick tour of our new DIY coop. I hope you've enjoyed seeing the final product of what we've been working on for the last few months. Like I said, we've got plenty of footage from the build process, so we'll definitely be releasing some videos on that, but they will be in different parts because if we did it in one video, it would be massive. Make sure that you're subscribed to our channel and you've got the notifications turned on so that you get notifications when those videos come out. If you've got any questions about our design process or anything like that, pop them down in the comment section below and we'll do our best to answer those. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you in the next video. Bye.